Right, this is a no-nonsense video because twofold exercise. One, to have a recording of what I'm taking apart, and although I must say that I'm very good at taking clocks apart. I've been doing it since I was 3 years old, and I've never been able to get one back together again. So hopefully the video will help me. It's one of those out of a long case clock that's got one of the fake winding weights and long pendulum. The problem with this is either the mainspring has gone or the chime springs have gone, one of the two. I can't remember which. Might be both. I think it's the mainspring because it's meant to last for 9 days on a wind up, and as you wind it up you can hear it click. Without further ado, I'm just going to get on and do it. I'm going to take this part off first because it seems logical to me to take that away to get the plates apart. I'm not looking forward to this. I've got a feeling I'm going to completely ruin it, but still, it's no good as it is. And for starters, this screwdriver don't fit. I'll have to find another screwdriver. I'm back again. I've got a selection of screwdrivers. One might fit. That fits perfectly. Oh, come out easy. Right tool for the job. There's a screw underneath this one, so I've got to take this arm off. God, I'm going to lose all the parts, I reckon, if I'm not careful. And oh, what a dream using a right size screwdriver. What a dream indeed. So many things that can get bent if you just lay them down. Good job I put the cloth on the table. I thought we'd end up with a load of screws rolling around all over the place. In theory, this should come off. Right. There's a little arm. Oh, turn it round the camera. This arm hooks at both ends, so you can sort of roll it over the hook, take that off, and I'll remove that completely. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to put all the I'm going to put all the screws back into this so that I don't lose them. Oh, hang on. No, that was a silly statement. They're not going to screw back in. The only thing that's going to screw back in is that. Which goes under those. That bit goes in there. This can be a nightmare. Why did I ever start this job? Well, the reason is that we were given a clock, and I think it would upset the person who gave it us to if I chucked it away. And also I'm under instructions from the lady of the well, I'm under instructions to get rid of the clock. If it don't work, get rid of it. And right. Yeah, well, before we rudely interrupted, I'm around here somewhere. I'm looking round so that I can put these screws back where they come from. Only because I don't want to lose them. It's an old trick I use on electronic equipment that I'm taking apart. Oh dear, here we go. Oh, it's a joy to use a right size screwdriver. Oh, wow. I think mechanical things are absolutely gorgeous. People who think out how to do it all. From the days before electronics. Right. Next thing is to work out what to take off next. Well, obviously one of these big plates has got to come off. And looking at this, bearing in mind they look like they're riveted on, it'll be the other side that we've got to deal with. And these legs are beginning to annoy me. Oh, that one's loose, that's good. Take that off. Put that over there. And loosely put that post back. Ah. I wasn't expecting it to be that easy. Okay. That's that off. Now what next? These posts. Well, let's loosen that one up. No. No. Now, I don't want to mar it with a big pair of pliers or anything. I wonder what I've got. Yeah. Big pair of pliers. Well, pliers it'll have to be. I've got myself a big pair of pliers, and nice and rusty, just the type of thing you need for doing a job like this. I was given these the other day. Somebody said, oh, I don't want those, they're rusty. Mad. In fact, I'll feature them in a future video of how to deal with that. Now, what's it going to put a bit of tape around. Oh, should have torn it first. Well, I've torn it now. That's torn it. And let's get a pair of pliers. Nice big pair of pliers. Put a small pair on, you're liable to slip. Nope. I think that went then. Yeah. Good. Let's take that horrible bit of paper off. There you go. Take a bit off. Yeah. Still went through it a little bit, not much, but far less than what it would have done had I let's try something else, like a bit of cardboard. Right, turn this one round. I hate the idea of butchering things, especially old things like this. I would take that screw out. And I'll put a bit of sticky around it. Sort of double indemnity. Put a bit of cardboard round. Nearly forgot which way to turn it then. I don't know if I've done it. Oh yeah, done it. Oh, that's good. Lovely. Was that one, wasn't it? Yeah, was that one. Let's take it off completely. That was good. Yeah, try and be kind to these things. It's easy to think it's just an old clock and it's not much of a movement, but right, let's get that paper off. Everything is conspiring against me. Why did I put sticky paper on it? Alright. There we go. Perfect. Good. Didn't do any damage. Now, ooh, quite a big slot underneath that. More than I was expecting. Only thing is, I don't know which way round it went. It fits that way round. And yeah, it fits that way round. There's some marks on the bottom of it, I presume. Ah. I ain't gonna have it that way round. Oh well. Minimal damage. Okay. I'll stop there while I work out what to take off next. Now, what I'd like to show you before we go any further is that these Ratchet, there's a third one there, are all related to the either the mainspring, the fancy chimes. I think there's another chime for the quarter. So they're all three are related to springs, and this, I think it's called a pull, ratchet and pull, stops the spring from unwinding. And you really should have a tool on here, not just a key, but a sort of a key that goes over it, but sort of circular, big grip on it, so that you can sort of get a grip on it when you release the tension. Now, I know that all these springs are wound down, so what I'm about to do, you might scream and go, oh, you mustn't do that, but I do know that they're wound down and that nothing's going to happen. So this is already wound right down, just to show you. And if I'd have done that with them wound up, they'd all go and everybody would have laughed as I jumped out of the way. Right, they're all okay. I think because it is this plate that I've got to lift off to get these barrels, spring barrels out. I don't think it's anything towards it. I think most of this has got to come off the top, I think. Well, I don't, perhaps, well, I don't like taking everything off if it's unnecessary. Well, I'm going to take this piece of plastic off. Famous last words. That's weird. Ah, it's catching on that thing there. So let's put that back. I've got this on recording. So when it comes to putting all this back together again, I can look at this. It's catching on this, and this little E-clip needs to come off. I'm not sure how to get them off. Right, wind a bit of screwdriver, like that. A bit of press. There we go. Small pair of pliers. And remove that. Well, have a small pair of tweezers, right? Oh, what a great pair of crappy old pliers I've been given. Oh. Another freebie that came with the rusty pliers. Right, I've got that little E-clip off. Take the washer off. And now we unscrew that one. And we should be able to take that off. Right. And we should be able to take this off. Now they're all plastic. Those things I've taken off are plastic. Now that pin is just exactly that, a pin. that will come away with a plate. So I'm going to put, for the time being, I'm going to put a little fancy screw that goes on top here back in place. Because this goes all the way through, so I don't know how that's disassembled. Well, which is something I'll worry about later. It's floating, so probably 2 plates keep it together. I'm going to put this back. I go back like so, and put this little clip back on there. That can stay there until we put it all back together again. Now, just looking at this as not on yet. A little bit of pressure. That's it. Now, it may not have been necessary to take them off if all of this just comes away with the top plate, but you never know with these things. It's all very well finding, oh, take it all loose and everything springs apart and everything goes everywhere. Just for fun, I'm going to have a look at, I'm going to take this off and have a look underneath here, because there's something odd. This is so loose that I'm wondering whether it pulls right out. Where was it? Screwdriver? Or was it this one? A little bit of wobble there. Now that fit, doesn't fit the screw any better. Try this one. Yes, it fits the screw better. And you've managed to balls it. You want to put pressure. I hate marring these sort of screws. I really do. Take that off. It comes off. Oh, it does come out. Oh, barrel's out. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. I don't have to take it apart. I don't have to take it apart. Oh, what a win. What a win. Now, what a win. And it says 54, which I presume is about 2 inches. So, now, I'm not stupid enough to take this spring out of here. I don't want to, because that's going to be a freaking, it'll just go all over the place and probably slash me in the process. Oh dear, well that was unexpected bonus. Can I do the same with the others? It looks very much like it. Right, well. There's me thinking I've got to take the whole clock apart. Well, don't be stupid. Don't make work for yourself. one step at a time. Alright, let's remove the, well, first of all, let's put the ratchet back and put it back under tension and put that back so that we don't lose it. Now all this has been put back so that I just don't lose these things, because it'd be sort of crazy. Well, now I really sort of over the moon about that. That is such a win. If I'd known come out that easy, I'd have done it ages ago. Yeah. Right. That's better. Right, take that one out. Lift that off. So what holds them in? I mean, what actually stops that? Oh well, we'll never know. I just feel like they pull out. Oh, I see. It's this sitting on the shoulder of that stops it from pulling out. Oh, I see. Okay, that's obvious to a blind man. Bit of oil on those. Right. Comes out that way. So simple. Oh, you village idiot, Coleman. Yeah. Fancy that. Put that back. Put that back in. Put that back over. Put that screw back. Right. Right, yeah. Right, that's undone. Take that off. Take that off. What I don't know about clockmaking. Yeah, I'm just looking at the slot and wondering how they ground that out and what sort of little cutters they must have had. The radius of it is probably based on that little curve we got there, so the actual slot cutter would have come in, wouldn't have been much difference in radius to that. Interesting. Interesting. Ah. This one's not coming out so easy. Yes it is. That's got 50 on it. That's got 50 on it, so there's a big danger of getting these muddled. What I'll do is stick a bit of tape on that one for the time being, and not the others, so that this one goes next to the big one, which goes in there. That one goes on the outside. Right, part one dealt with. Well, perhaps not, because I ought to put that back in the slot. There you go. Put that back where it belongs. Pull that over. Drop that back on top. And replace the screw. Oh boy, if I'd have realised these had come out like this ages ago. I mean, that clock has been doing nothing for if I said 5 years I'd be exaggerating, more like 10. Dear, dear, oh dear, oh dear. On the other hand, we've had a lot on our plate. Well, obviously it's going to be a challenge to change these things, and I do know that special tools are required for this sort of work. So I'm not going to take that any further at present, because I'm going to check out what my best options are for this. That leaves me with the bits that I've taken off. Well, I'm going to leave those off, and I'm going to leave that off, but I think, and that, but I'm going to put these bits back before I lose them. And so removing this again. Appears to me that things can get easily bent if I'm not careful. Sticky these are, they're sort of horrible. Now, I do have a range of tools, and I see a sort of project coming up for sort of new barrel work. I'm not paying silly money for spring winders and things. They are silly money. Okay, let's move that up out of the way. I've probably got this in the wrong. I don't know. Who cares? We'll have to work that out afterwards. Probably something to do with the chiming. Goes over there. Now put this back. There we go. I think that's about as far as I can take it. Well, I managed to pop one off with a screwdriver, and I can't say as I'm happy using a screwdriver, but I don't know, I'm always worried about marking and bending things. It is sort of aluminium. Let's see if we can do anything here. No. That nearly had my fingers off. Alright. I'll have to be able to take round the screwdriver. I know all it's going to do is provide the merest of cushions. Right, let's see what. Sure, it ain't even going to do that, is it? Not close enough. Let's do it again. Now that's got in there quite well. It's coming. It pops. Take that off. And let's compare both of them. Well, they both look okay. No, I don't know, they both look okay. They both look okay. Don't want to get them muddled up, but that one comes off that one. On to this one. Perhaps this is going to be the hardest. Bear in mind it's the biggest. No. No. I think one could hurt themselves doing this sort of thing. Yeah. I wonder if I'd have a tool and just slot it in there or something. No. It won't be too long before I end up stabbing myself and hurting myself seriously. So. Right, let's think about that. Well, I managed to do it, and I don't know whether, you know, the clock people out there probably go nuts if they see how I did it. I will have to give you a demonstration, not of how it pops open, but the setup I used to get this out of its holder. and as far as I'm concerned it's a lot less frustrating than using a screwdriver. Both are potentially damaging, and I didn't thump this or anything, so perhaps you'll be interested in that. Here's another little bit. You can see that this one is actually parted company with that part there. The spring's broken. If I zoom in, let's see if we can see if we zoom in. Just in there is the end of the spring, just about there somewhere. Where the end of the screwdriver is. That's where the end of the spring is. And it's broken off from the anchor point there. And so effectively it's broken somewhere round about there, just after the anchor point. And I wonder if that's any more dangerous than the others to get out. I'll bet it is. It'll probably be a little while before I come back to this, because I'm going to have a go at making another tool or something to help me get the springs out safely. The mainspring winders are sort of very expensive for what they are, and I'm sure, well, not sure, I've seen other people on YouTube make their own winders, and I'm hoping that I might be able to cobble one together, and I'll try that, and it'll be sometime before we get back to that. Bye for now. I have the barrel fitting in the chuck so it loosely bangs up against the jaws of the chuck, and a lump of copper rod going to the centre arbor of the barrel, which attaches to the spring inside, of course. Now I can't get the back plate off with the normal method, and I'll reduce to this. I can wind the copper rod in and out from my tailstock, because it's chucked up on the tailstock. It's copper basically because I don't want to use steel on steel, if any, and damage the centre bit. And I'm winding in now. Let's see all the slack get taken up. It's come off again. Doesn't quite look as though it's on centre. That do. Bit tighter. I'm only moving it, you know, bits of a millimetre. It's sort of not much. Tighter still. I'm rather hoping I'm obviously not putting any more tension on it. I'm just hoping it might pop a little bit more. Still nothing. Leave it there for a jiff, see whether anything will happen. Alright, a little bit more. Still nothing. A little bit more. I'll try a little bit more again. There we go. And we're out. I had to resort to doing it that way because when it was assembled I just couldn't get anything underneath there to flip the lid up, because this spring was so tight, or almost up against the cover plate. Now I do know that some of these plates come with a small bearing insert in there, and the method I just used would be destructive if I'd have tried it that way. Fortunately I took two of them apart before I got to this one and was able to see come up with that method. I don't like doing it that way, I really don't, but needs must. Although I was able to sort of jury rig a method up using my lathe, not everybody's got a lathe, and if I hadn't had one, I would have made some form of little puller sort of thing with a screw this end and a framework to hold the body of the barrel, and screw this end and then press that way, sort of tightening it up like a sort of a vice action. But now you would do anything to get the cover off. Now where I go from here is anybody's guess. I haven't got the unwinding tools or anything, and I suspect I'll be trying to cobble up something to get over that hurdle.